at 5 experience points. But if you saw the race that we had a few nights ago, we actually had a runner get a instant metal slime, and they had 5 level ups just like that.
That is an unbelievable head start to have, but let's not worry about that. We are underway in this race. Jackimus, Wedge, and Marashu, starting with some gold. We've got fairy water, and we'll get the key. So no early start here with 2 keys, no return spell, nothing of that nature, Cards fan.
Yep, that's correct. And there will always be a key at the top chest. Now, the fairy water could come into play later on. If we have one of these seeds where we have a lot of MP, but not really a lot of attack power, that fairy water can do 9 to 16 hit points on the Dragon Lord second variety. Ooh, Magidrakies you were talking about, they've got sleep.
Surprised we didn't see a fairy water attempt there by Jackimus. Meanwhile, Marashu pushing out, running into a magician, attacking as well, and probably going to get the same information Jack had. Not worth it.
Well, he's going to give it a shot. They have 9 to 12 HP, and the Jackimus is going to send Jackimus back to start. Well, weak breath for the magicians there, and that's going to send Marashu back to start as well.
Well, you have to say, keeping that fairy water handy could be used as a weapon here. There is some candidates. Magidrakies and Jackimus can be killed by fairy water used as an item.
Oh, and Magidrakies have hurt more. Yeah, that might be a good idea. We do see slimes there in the one-shot kill. 1 more experience points for Marashu will get the job done. Could try it on this ghost.
Oh, what a great roll. 4 is a great damage on a ghost with the starting strength here. And another 4 gets it done. How about that? Level 2 coming down the pipe, Cards.
Let's see the numbers. We have 4, 6, 5, 3, no spells. So after 2 levels, still no spells.
Only 1 level thus far. But yeah, well, 1 level gained. And Jack runs into a dead end and just, you know, throws his body in the swamp. Time to recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Back to the king. Give up half your gold. Do not pass go. And you're on your way to jail. No $200.
Oh, Marashu went for the fairy water. It did 10 HP, and they have heal. Oh, you hate to see that price solve. And that's going to be a reset for Marashu.
Now, was there a save made with the level 2? No. So Marashu is back to level 1. This metal scorpion could be fairy water. Will Jack go for it?
No. 14 to 18 hit points, so even if you get the maximum damage, there's only a 60% chance it's going to be good enough, and there's a scorpion with hurt more. Wow.
There's a lot of hurt more and hurt. There's a lot of spells in general, but a lot of hurt going on out there. My oh my, Card. So with this reset from Marashu, back to even Steven, and technically Jack, or Mr. Ferguson, is ahead with 1 experience point at this point.
And there's that scorpion again. Can't run away, and a slime for Marashu. No problem at all with the high early attack points.
And we have a town. Jackimus Wedge finds a town. We have Garenham. No key to check out the warehouse, but there is, of course, the item shop. There is, of course, the potential for some good stuff in the shop. If there's a hand axe, does Jack reset and try to carry some gold down here?
Look at what's in the shop. We do not have a hand axe. We have magic armor. We have some swords. We have quite a few things in that shop, but no gold to make those kind of purchases.
Well, there was a copper sword and there was leather armor, so there is a little bit of a starter kit there. Jack could try to make a reset and run 4, but deciding against it. Now, Marashu going to go for the metal scorpion.
Tough break there for Jack. He found a metal slime, but immediately decided to run away and deny him his 255 points.
Preemptively said, you know what? I want no piece of that islander, and moved on with its day.
They have extremely high agility, and they love to be evasive.
And we have a reset now from Jackimus Wedge. Going to go get some gold and hopefully try to run to that town to get copper sword and leather armor.
Going for the fairy water on the scorpion, and 1-shots it. Very nice. So that is 16 experience points. 2 level ups right here.
Indeed, that'll be up to level 3. Some double-digit gains. I don't know if there was spells or not.
Still no spells at level 3.
Still not enough gold for a hand axe, but you don't got to worry about that if you don't have a hand axe for sale. Jack here, trying to make the run to Garenham. It is about to come into view here. Will he make it? Yes, he will.
No encounter, so he still has the cash. He's going to go on that shopping spree. What is he going to buy? He's going to buy 1 herb.
Well, it's going to be a full set of 6. I expect a dragon scale here, maybe a couple torches, and we will definitely see that leather armor and copper sword. We will have to wait and see for sure, but that would be the wise moves from Jack.
You're exactly right about that, Brysolf. So he's made his fill on purchases. And he's going to go to the armory here. He'll buy that leather armor. He'll buy that copper sword. And he's going to have a little bit of a leg up on Marashu with the attack power.
However, the right now the experience gap is semi-significant given how early it is. And hey, look, scorpions also have hurt more.
Yeah, we've seen that been thrown upon on both of these runners. Yeah, they definitely have hurt more. Now, the big question is, do they have both more, as we like to call it?
No, they've got heal, I believe. I think we've seen heal out of them already.
Yeah, just heal, right.
And torches could be a useful weapon if Jack wanted to use them, but he might be so old school he doesn't even think of those as a weapon. Either way, the Drakima does not go down for Jack, and he will be going back to the start, minus half his gold.
And the Magician didn't go down on Marashu's side either, getting double weak breath there. 9 to 12 HP for 8 experience points. Didn't work out for Marashu.
So a ghost here for Marashu should, definitely going to die if you get an excellent move. Just punch that ghost in the face, made the world a better place, and moved on to the next enemy, a slime.
Nothing wrong with seeing that early on. We need to get to 35 experience points to get to level 4. Now, these guys are going to be on a scavenger hunt. They have to collect the silver harp. When they turn it in, it becomes the Staff of Rain. They got to get the Stones of Sunlight and Erdrick's Token. With those 3 things together, we return it to an old man in a cave. We like to call it the Jerk Cave. I do believe you have a different name for that, Brysolf, and they're going to get that rainbow drop.
Yep, he's the Rainbow Drip. He's in his cave with his Rainbow Drop, and he is a real stickler for having all those items.
And there's a wolf, and that's going to send Jackimus back to start. Couldn't evade from it. Magician, there's a heal from a Magician as well. Oh my.
A lot of early game trolling here from the enemies. Very frustrating when you're trying to get those kills. But Marashu closing in on level 4. Jackimus, meanwhile, really wants this ghost to go away. And it's got heal because of course it does.
Wow, yet another enemy with heal. That's at least 3 enemies, but there goes the ghost on Jack's side, and that is going to be good enough for level 2. Just a few more points away from level 3.
Well, Marashu gets murder batted back to the king. And hey, I see a spark over a bridge in Little Island. Will there be validation on this race?
Cool, you never know. We've seen stuff being placed across that bridge. We'll have to find out what the coordinates are a little later on.
Jack plowing through the swamp like a champ here, trying to make his way through. Will he use the herbs? Doesn't appear so, but does get a Magidrakey. Probably could have healed, but we know they have hurt more, so wasn't going to help regardless.
If that hurt more, Jackimus is no more.
That's pretty good. You been working on that one for a while?
Not really. Oh, bad luck for Marashu. That ghost did exactly 8 HP with that hurt spell. Gonna send him back to start denying him his 4 points.
As Sigma fan would say, the perfect bid sends you home.
I get it now, because it was exactly the number of HP that's gonna send you home. That's very clever of Sigma fan.
So, we are closing in on level 4 here for Marashu. Meanwhile, 12 experience on a Magidrakey kill. Jack to level 3.
And with that, he's actually going to take the lead on that.
Oh, no. He got just not. No, he gets this kill. He'll be in the lead.
Oh, and the Magidrakey misses. Very nice. And that is now going to be a 1-point lead for Jackimus. Very nice.
So early days here for everyone joining us. There is a town, Garenham, to the southwest of the castle. However, as you can see, the geography is very river heavy early on. There might be some bottlenecks for our players. While I'm talking about this, Jackimus Wedge has just reached level 4. Let's see if there's something to help at that 37 experience, or 35, pardon me.
2, 1, 6, and still no spells at level 4. What is this madness, Brysolf?
This madness is looking good for Jack early, doing the copper sword, leather armor, dragon scale with the starting gold on a reset. Is looking pretty good right now as a move. Let's see if Jack's able to keep going along. And a Jackimus is a valuable 20 experience this early on. Huge.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, there's a certain somebody in chat, if he is around, that is probably enjoying the spellless drought that we're having right now.
Oh, there's lots of people who enjoy watching people suffer. They're mean, awful people. But it is what it is. And now Jack plowing through the swamp again, using one of his 2 herbs. I'm surprised he didn't duck in to fill up his herbs. And that was a wasted trip.
And that's going to be level 4 for Marshu, and Jack going back into Garenham.
We'll definitely pick up those 4 herbs and could sell his dragon scale to pick up a 5th herb. It would give him 10 gold, which would be enough for 1 more herb. And early on with no healing, that might be the play.
And how that works, Brysolf, is even if he does sell the dragon scale, he will retain that 2 attack power bonus.
Defense power for a dragon scale.
Oh, right, not attack. I'm thinking of the fighters.
Yeah, the grind is brutal for both, but it is worse for Marashu. That 10 less attack power is not doing him nice, and that metal scorpion is not gone yet. Will Jack get out of here? Use the herb. Interesting. And we have validation.
Oh, but there's nothing there. Oh, and the metal scorpion goes down for Jackimus with the 31 experience points. That is going to be level 5. We have got 24 power. 2, 5, 11. But still
no. None. 0. Zilch. Nada. Empty eye levels of spells. That is for sure.
Aging beta strep, you're needed on line 1.
I have to say, though, that 24 power is going to make Jack feel a lot better. And honestly, if I were him, I wonder if he might just decide to go hunt down more metal scorpions and things of that nature. Maybe that wolf he saw earlier, that 24 power gives him quite a bit of punching power at this point.
Oh, another metal slime, and once again being evasive to Jackimus, so 0 for 2 on the metal slimes for him.
One thing to keep in mind, Jackimus is very aggressive in his exploration in general, and you're seeing it here. He's pushing way out to see what he can find.
Blue dragon and he escapes, and you see it? There it is, Sherlock.
25 agility. He gets away from 2 blue dragons. Oh my goodness.
And now he finds a gold man, and he is able to escape. He's gotten some lucky evasive escapes, but not this time on the Wraith Knight, and this is trouble. Stop spell. Well,
it gave him a free turn. Can he get away? He gets away. He continues to move along. Will he find something on this big push out? Oh, that's not what you want to find.
Oh, but he got away. Wow. Yeah, he's looking for a town or a camp. Dead end.
Marasho with an excellent move on a scorpion. 16 valuable experience.
15 experience points possible, but unfortunately, poltergeists have DL2 breath, and unfortunately for Jack, Axe Knight is going to ruin his day.
They just had to ask him a question, and it turned out very poorly for him. Ask him a question. Axe.
I get it. I'm kind of surprised the slime decided to hang around against Jackimus on level 5. To get to level 6, need 165 points.
Marashu with a valuable 8 experience there will be now only, I think, 11 away from the next level. And a ghost draws near, one-shots it, so only 7 away now.
Look at that, a one-shot on a scorpion there for Jack, 146, so 19 more.
that might be a little outside his realm, and the fact he's been through this area without running into a Star Wyvern yet, mildly shocking.
He's able to make it back into Gurnham. He's going to stock up on supplies again and heal up, no doubt.
He'll probably just grab 4 herbs and head right back out. No sense healing up here when you can do it at the King for free if you have no money.
Marsher just 5 points away from getting to level 5. He'll enjoy the big attack power boost, but still no spells. There's a Druid now for Jackimus to handle. 14 points is the value, and that'll put him 5 away.
So, Marashu, that 24 will mean a lot if he can get it, and closing in. Meanwhile, Jack should be able to take out the Scorpion. Indeed, gets him with a one-shot after the heal. And it's level 6 time. Here we go, cards. We've got 7 power, 1 agility, 19 hit points, 14 magic points. But cards, how many spells was that?
Survey says 0.
Show me potato salad.
0.
31 on that Scorpion takedown. My goodness. Jack must be living large in the desert because he's eating lots of scorpions at the moment.
Oh, he's going to do the validation check too, but alas, there is nothing on the Sparkover Bridge tile.
And Marashu did get level 5, so that strength is going to mean a lot. Finds Garanum, and hopefully is not going to go for a reset. I'm really hoping not at this point. It's so far in at the 16.5-minute mark just to do that for the Copper Sword. That power gain more than makes up for it.
I definitely agree with that. We'll see what he's got in mind. He's going to buy a Dragon Scale to boost up his defense, and Poltergeists have Sleep and DL2 Breath. You know what that is called? A Wombo combo.
I think that's called a Very Dead Warrior.
Yes, it is.
So 110 experience for Jackimus Wedge to the next level. 337 experience points required. Meanwhile, Marashu looking to get to 165. Runs from that Drakima. I guess he's pretty low on health. But that's 20 experience that he could have one-punched, potentially.
And now the Drakimas are scared of Jackimus at level 6.
I'd be scared of him too when he was doing all those steroids right before he went out there to face them. So, you know, I don't blame them. He probably looks like Mark McGuire, but like even more roided out.
Yeah. I totally agree with you on that one there, Bryce Olf. Poltergeist, yep. Jack knows about what they've got.
It's like, I'm good. I know. And they're only worth 15 experience. They are one of those enemies that has that weird value versus what they actually have for hit points versus the experience. They just kind of, they're not great. They're not great. Meanwhile, Marashu closing in on level 6 here pretty rapidly. Just feasting on scorpions right now.
Yeah, he's 10 points away. This next scorpion ought to do it for Marashu if he doesn't get taken down, but he does take down the scorpion, and here comes level 6.
And Marashu's closing in on Copper Sword money if Marashu decides to go that route at Garanum. Only 19 gold away at present. A Druid Lord sneak attack probably means Jack can't win this battle. Wisely runs away. Attacks the Poltergeist, and it runs away.
Wow! Turnabout is fair play. Oh, but then Turnabout is fair play again, and Wombo combo time? Not quite yet. Ooh, Jackimus is able to awake, and he escapes. Wow!
So now, Copper Sword money. Will Marashu be heading for Garanum? Just sticking to that grind spot, and we have a Golem who shows Jack the fist and says, "Kiss these rings." Unfortunately, Jack's going back to the start.
Yeah, you have pretty much no chance. 115 to 153 HP. They do have 255 experience points, but yeah, we're not ready to take one down.
I love this grind spot right now. Marashu getting all kinds of scorpions and metal scorpions to play with. Gets taken down by that one, but that experience lead has dwindled as Jack has been pushing out for exploration.
Yeah, just not able to find anything. You know, we're almost 20 minutes into this race, Brysolf, and all we have found is Garanham. We haven't even found any other caves.
We found a lot of sleep and hurt more and heals. We found that.
Knights and Axe Knights taking down Jackimus as well. It's been a slog. Kind of as I forecasted before this race started.
And Jack, now his experience lead, I believe, is down to like 10. And if that Scorpion had hung around, I believe Marashu would take the lead.
This Metal Scorpion is going to do it for Marashu to take.
However,
but
Jack has found a wolf, and they are worth a very beautiful 40 experience points. So only 52 away now is Jack, and might try to camp more out. We got Jackimus here too. Excellent move, 20 more experience. Look at this right now, they're neck and neck.
I love seeing this. So it looks like Jackimus is going to go ahead, and he's going to do a grind, much like Marashu's doing.
However, the Scorpions seem a little braver than our flying murder bat family friends. And that is not a winged enemy you want to see there, Jack.
Oh, and Marashu gets put to sleep. Luckily, it was just for one turn and then a dodge. Oh, somebody get the license plate on that Dodge Viper, because that poltergeist just got away with first-degree DL2 breath.
I gotta say, that poltergeist must be from Spain, because it gave him the old ole and then roasted him nicely. And here we go. Jack has level 7 first, but caught on his heels is Marashu. 2 power, 21 hit points, 1 magic point. We have heal and hurt more. There's the starter set spell you love to see. Perfect.
Finally, we've got some spells on the board for Jackimus. My goodness, it took to level 7 to get those 2.
With this hurt more now, a lot of enemies are in play. Those Axe Knights suddenly become very killable. Those Knights become very killable, provided they don't punch you first.
Yeah.
And here you go, guys. It's going to be even Steven here, as Marashu is about to get that great spell set.
We've got ourselves one heck of a race early on at the 22-minute mark. Both of them at level 7, and both of them have no idea where to go to open up this seed.
The one thing is that Jack has the advantage of knowing where there's certain enemies. Maybe he remembers a spot he can camp down and start hurt-mooring some enemies. We have seen Star Wyverns, Axe Knights, Knights. What else? I believe we've seen a Magi Wyvern along the way. If he remembers any of these places, that Hurtmore could be extremely valuable. Like
That's
right
why
now,
you bet.
78 experience right there, guaranteed with a Hurtmore, provided it doesn't fizzle, and it doesn't. Meanwhile, Marashu continues pushing around. With Hurtmore in hand, probably won't bother with that copper sword anymore. And that Axe Knight, minimum roll, but doesn't kill Jack. He goes for the attack and gets it. Closing in on level 8 already. Hurtmore opens it up so much cards.
Absolutely. The Axe Knights have 51 to 67, so if you can land a Hurtmore, a good chance you'll take him down. It didn't happen this time, but you're going to see some one-shots here and there. Poltergeist going down in one hit for Jackimus, and he's only 8 points away from level 8. I don't know about
Hey, is he feeling lucky? Oh, I was wondering if he was going to go for the Hurtmores on the Blue Dragon.
74 to 98 HP. You need to land 2 of them.
Absolutely, you got to feel lucky, but he always says this is a gambler's rando and likes to gamble, that boy. So, hard to say. Either way, this Scorpion will give him level 8 cards. Take it away.
All right, here come the numbers. He's hoping for some big ones and some spells. We've got 3 power, 13 speed, 2 HP, 4 magic points, no new spells. So at 8 levels, only 2 spells.
Another great enemy here, a Wyvern with 64 experience, dies to a Hurtmore. Very, very nice. Jack now opening things up a little bit, and even a skeleton if you wanted to, still 25. Depends on how he's feeling. But But he could probably just punch it out, honestly. But they've got hurt more, because of course they do.
Of course they do, because the game knows that he's going to go ahead and attack him again, and down goes the skeleton for another 25 experience. A Metal Slam opportunity. He's like, oh, I'm going to ambush you. You know what? Psych! I'm running away.
We've had 3 Metal Slime appearances. They've all done that, and we have stuff, but will Jack make it? Gets away. He's into the town. It's Hawksness. Not going to check. Interesting. What is this? It's the Rainbow Drip Cave.
Yes, because behind this rainbow drip dude is the rainbow drop. So that's not a treasure chest by itself. That's a candy dish, because the rainbow drop is the rainbow drip's favorite candy, and it's a very rare candy. He's not going to just give it away for free. So
Stone Man, will Jack try to roll lucky? They're about a 50-50 chance. Decides not worth it. He's getting out of dodge. And hey, that's a nice enemy to see. 58 more experience. And that hurt more for Marashu. 58 experience, level 8.
So they continue to be neck and neck in terms of levels. Another Metal Slime, and this time the Metal Slime attacks. So Jack has a chance. 1.
It hangs around. Failure. Hangs around.
If you can get an excellent move.
Hangs around again. Will we see? Now we have one on the other side. Will either of them be able to take one down? Jack just can't land anymore, but we have a hit on the other side now for Marashu. Another hit for Marashu. A hit for Jack. Will we see simultaneous takedowns? A takedown for Marashu. Will Jack get his? He does.
Jack gets it.
Double Metal Slime kill. 1 each Jack to level 9.
You don't see that very often, ladies and gentlemen. 6, 9, 1, 3, and no new spells still at level 9. You will probably never see that again anytime soon. Simultaneous Metal Slime kills. It just doesn't happen that way because they usually run away.
Simultaneous Metal Sliming, 2 or 3? Sounds good to me. Jack's going to have to try to take down the Star Wyvern. Will he do enough damage? He does.
Wow, 105 more points, and he's looking for 1,500 to get to level 10.
It's a dead end up here, but he will have to come back here later with all of those necessary story items. Erdrick's Token, the Stones of Sunlight, and the Staff of Rain to get the Rainbow Drop so he can access Sharlock Castle where Dragon Lord awaits.
Marshall trying to do some exploration of his own.
This map is absolutely heinous in its design. There's so many dead ends and so many rivers. It's going to be very confusing getting out of the starting area, it looks like, if they don't pay careful attention.
Oh, and Marshall runs into a blue dragon. He can't escape, and he's going to get back to the castle.
No, Marashu did not, I don't believe, kill the second Metal Slime. I believe he briefly took the experience point lead. They both kill one at the same time. I don't think he got a second one. Jack runs out of resources and is going back to the start. So right now, looking at it, what we want to see most is one of the caves with 5 chests that our players can dive, or Rimaldar, if you prefer, to get themselves a key. That's probably the biggest thing awaiting them right now to open things up. You have the locked treasury at the Castle Tanagel, and Garanham is just to the southwest, a locked chest, or locked door there with 3 more chests, and there are 2 staircases that could lead to dungeons or maybe to some other chunk of the map. There's a lot of stuff keys are going to open up here. Who will find one first?
Yeah, that's a good question indeed. I mean, we have found, like, literally nothing. We're now almost 30 minutes into the seed, and we have still found none of the required items. This is crazy.
Could you imagine if they had no spells at this point? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if they had no spells at this point at level 9, you kind of be thinking to yourself, are we going to see a 10 spell level 16? But no.
I don't know if it's ever happened, but I know there's been some late, big time waterfalls of spells. We'll have to wait and see where we go from here. But once you get to about level 10, you're not seeing what you need in the spell list. It can get really sloggy. Metal Slime here for Jack, and they don't seem to have anything dangerous. They seem to be very basic metal slimes. Not the worst enemy in the world. Jack lands one. He needs 2 more.
Or an excellent move. Either will work. Oh! He misses it by 1.
2 and see ya.
What a tease.
And yes, by level 16, the randomizer forces all spells to be learned. So the latest you could learn all spells would be level 16. And look at this. The hurt more enemies keep on piling up. Jack should get level 10, provided the Star Wyvern doesn't do something really brutal.
Going for the attack, and that is going to take care of the Star Wyvern for another 105 points, and that is going to be level 10 for Jackimus. The numbers 8, 5, 1, 2, and we learned outside.
Not necessarily what he wanted to see there. Return would have been okay. Stop spell would be nice. We have a town in the foothills here. Jack gets there. It's Remolder. Key time. Huge get here for Jackimus.
Yeah, that is a huge find because he can go ahead, purchase some keys, and I don't know how he's looking in the cash department, but we could be looking at shields potentially. He's got about 1,000.
I'm assuming he's just probably going to blast the full set of 6. He's got 2 doors to open here to check a chest at the inn. He's got the one at the castle to check 4 chests, and he's got Garanem. But he might have stopped short just thinking large shield money. That 10 defense would be huge if it's here.
First, we're going to check the locked doors and find out what is behind this chest for Jackimus, and it is going to be some wings.
Is this even randomized? That's vanilla.
Ooh, a metal slime chance for Marshu gets 1 hit in, but runs away.
Nothing too special. Half plate may be the best affordability item here at the weapon and armor shop. So Jack now, surprised, I guess he'll keep exploring. I was wondering if he was just going to wing himself back to the castle and start opening doors. Marashu closing in on 10 here. Very rapidly, Cards fan.
Yep, we'll get there in 21 points. This Druid, not quite. It's worth 14 and it runs away anyway, so he's still 21 short.
I believe Jack is down to, did he buy the full set? I was not 100%. Left and ran.
I love it. The poltergeist showed mercy there.
Huge get. Huge get. Can Marashu get there? Marashu is closing in. Do not do this. Do not do this, poltergeist. That would be so mean. He's pushing his luck here. He gets away with it. He's trying to get to Remolder himself. Will he get there?
Look at this. A green dragon 1 is down for Jack, and he's going to take a second one down for another 135 experience points. He's looking to get to 2175.
I was curious if he might hang around here and just start grinding them. There is a place to fill up nearby, but no repel to keep the weaker monsters away, so maybe not the easiest thing to do right now. And did Jack get enough to get to the half plate? I believe so.
Yes, he does have enough cash to purchase the half plate armor. That is a very useful purchase, as you had mentioned. And Marshu also finding Remolder.
And a wizard outside. That is not an enemy you want to see right now. But gets away, heading back into town now. Just trying to check stuff, and the game tried to pick Marashu off. Unbelievably rude. So let's see now what Jack's going to do. Probably going to keep exploring since he decided to stay at the inn. And there's another town to the northeast of Remolder. What do we have? We have, it's Toronto. It's the 6.
Reckonary. Large shield is here. And the hand axe, but a little too late for the hand axe.
So far, no silver shields and nothing that close. So a grind for a silver shield does seem fairly unlikely, especially since the agility is starting to come along now, where it really wouldn't be necessary to go that far.
Yeah, unless you can do a gold grind at Tanagel Castle, I don't think we're going to see a silver shield grind either. Of course, there's no guarantee we're even going to see a silver shield. And there is level 10 now for Marshu. He'll get the outside spell, so they're even once again. Goldman have hurt.
And now you can kind of compare the differences in the build. Hit points, +6 for Marashu. Agility is +3 on Jack's side, which means 6 extra defensive power. Or sorry, 1 extra defensive power right now. I'm mathing incorrectly here. I was going the wrong way. So you can see why the strength agility is not necessarily one that a lot of people play. But it could be a pretty big deal. And hey, another town.
It's a new town for Marshu, and it is Cantlin.
We got the shopping mall, and that's where Jack is headed now.
So we can get some coordinates, because we do have the heal spell, and of course, no Erdrick's armor, so those barrier tiles are going to take away 15 HP each, so you got to make sure you're paying close attention to your health.
I like this buy as well from Marashu. That half plate is good enough defense to help you out, blunt some damage, and carry you as far as it needs to until you can get yourself some better armor down the line.
Looks like Marashu is going to be the first one to check their coordinates. So only 1 HP left. You got to use that heal spell.
So we're going to see if there are coordinates here. Marashu can get over there. Can a waiter just step off? Decides to step off. Here we go. Do we have coordinates? 23 south, 20 west. That should be fairly walkable, depending on how bad those rivers are to them, of course. But that's right down near Garanham, basically.
Sorry, Princess Squalin, but your hero is in another video game.
This should be fairly walkable for our players. Right near Garanham, roughly. This should not be too bad at all. Now, what will be in the spot? It could be a lot of different things. It could be the fairy flute. It could be the death necklace. It could be Erdrick's sword. It could be Erdrick's armor. It could be one of the story items. There's a lot of possibilities here. Let's see what we're going to find. Because for those just joining us, we have not seen any of the dungeons, but with these keys, there are 2 staircases to be checked and a bunch of chests. So a lot of items are going to start popping up on screen sooner than later.
Marshu carefully counting his steps. Doesn't look like it's the easiest 2320 in the world.
This is pretty simple. It's not there's no real getting around a lot of crazy obstacles. So should be drawing close here and should be able to get it momentarily.
He's able to one-shot the Star Wyvern to get the valuable 105 experience points.
It's the armor! Well, how about that? That half-plate buy ends up meaning butt kiss for both because they will just have to get that. So the longer Jack stays out exploring, the longer he will not have the armor. And you're going to see Marashu start this big exploration. Garanham and Tanagel await.
It's almost like playing Zelda Randomizer, and you purchase the blue ring, and then about 5 minutes later, oh, there's the red ring. It's not quite to that level, Bryceoff, but it's kind of in that level.
Nice level there. You got 9, 8, 8, 1, Radiant and Stop Spell and Repel. 3 spells on that level.
That's pretty nice, but meanwhile, Marshall is checking these chests here in Garanham. A cursed belt, which means another tile is in play, at least one. Death necklace!
So we have another item that is potentially useful or utterly useless. We'll have to wait and see how it goes.
Certainly.
Jack, continue to explore while Marashu is in a darkened cave. Based on what I'm seeing, I think it's mountain. Don't quote me on that. Or it could be... Oh, another cave. What do we have? Wow, Jack found the trade cave. It is so far away. There's going to be a lot of fetch questing here, Cards fan.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the staff cave, or what you just called it. That's another nickname for that cave, the trade cave. But we have to get the silver harp first before we can collect the staff of rain.
And it appears that Marashu picked up the token in the cave here, and I believe it must be mountain based on what I'm seeing, but I could be wrong.
Where are the enemies?
Actually, you know what? That's a good point. This could be Tablet, actually.
Yeah, Tablet Cave. This has to be Tablet Cave because there are no enemies.
Token in Tablet. Guess we'll have to call it Token Cave. Jack continues to explore, building the experience.
Stones!
Stones of sunlight. So that is something else. My goodness. So 2 items out of there. It's got to be some kind of cave with very weak monsters. Maybe. I'm not sure why we weren't seeing anything. Very bizarre.
So all of a sudden, Marshu taking the exploration lead thanks to going back to Garanham, but once Jackimus gets there, he'll pick up his prizes as well. But look at this. We're going to check to find out what is inside the treasury here in Tantagel Castle, provided this guard can get out of the way. We've got...
Oh, what a troll. We have a replacement key. We've got an herb. We have fairy flute, and we have another herb. So nothing too special and no gold grind possibly available. Depends what's in the basement.
True. I got a feeling that the Silver Shield's going to be out of play, even if one is available in the town of Cole.
Yeah, it's probably a very unlikely thing, and I think Jack has had enough. Heading back to explore. So Jack will get his fairy flute, a couple herbs, things of meh variety. Fairy flute takes too long to play. It's 8 seconds to put a golem to sleep. Not likely it gets used.
No, not in this juncture.
This appears to be the swamp. I always say swamp. The grave, based on going up first, or it could be swamp south. Actually, it might be swamp south. Yeah, here comes the outside. So this is a warp. It's a connector, and there's another cave.
Ooh, and there is the freebie cave.
The Stones of Sunlight in vanilla. What do we have here? It's fairy water.
And Jackimus gets his fairy flute from the treasury. And look at this, another sparkle bridge.
Actually, I think that's quite. Oh, it's quite literally a bridge to nowhere from nowhere.
Yes, you gotta love that. You just gotta love that bridge.
We do see that occasionally, but it has been a while since I've seen one. Let's see, is Jack going to check the spike spot? Because it is right under the castle. Potentially could be useful. Meanwhile, Metal Slime down here. This will get Jack close to level 12 if he can take it down.
Yeah, but so far not landing anything, and there it goes.
So we'll have to wait and see, but man, a wool, oh, almost the level, not quite. It's a Blue Dragoon. Nothing too special here for Jack. And the Blue Dragoon trying to get him, and it looks like Jack's going back to the king.
Hey, Jack, you're going back. Bye. I had to do it just for the Super Smash TV memes.
Well, you know, you gotta have fun with it if nothing else. As you can see now, comparing their stats, the agility is a +4 for Jack, so 2 extra defense power overall, based if they had equal equipment, whereas the hit points are now +7 for Marashu.
Absolutely here. So, man, again, very much a neck-and-neck race here at the almost 43-minute mark. Right now, it is definitely anybody's game, but of course, Jackimus does need to get back to Garanham soon.
And we have coal on the other continent.
Wow.
So let's see what's in that search spot. Marashu's gonna go grab it. What do we got? Nothing. Womp, 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 womp.
It's a zonk, as we like to say in the game show world. Let's take a look at the store, and this is a silver shieldless seed. No silver shield to be found.
Well, that's fine, because there's no gold grind to be found either. And unless the levels up are terrible, I can't imagine they would grind up to it naturally. Marashu taking the long walk to the trolley inn, or the trolley item shop. Get out of there, Marashu. He's blocking you. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. He's just going to troll you. Don't do it. Don't do it.
There he goes. All right, check the tools here. You're going to do some selling. Right behind.
Honestly, that could have been way worse indeed, Chad. That looked like it could have been disastrous, but fairly fast out of the way.
Jackimus, he's about to discover the bad news that there is nothing to be found in the search tile here in Cole. So that means there's not going to be 3 cursed belts. There could be 2, or there could be 1. I think it's going to be 2.
And I believe this is a dead. I believe this is a dead end of the continent here. We'll find out momentarily, but I don't think there's much left. And indeed, that's it.
That is, of course, unless that... Wait a minute. I'm thinking either it's in a chest, or we could potentially see the silver harp on the spike tile in Hawksness.
Yes, indeed, that is true. We have seen Hawksness. It had a stone man on the spike spot, the defender of whatever item it is, and this Axe Knight will get Jack to level 12.
Certainly will, provided he does take it down and doesn't miss. He does take it down. Here comes level 12 for Jackimus. Let's take a look at the numbers, folks.
We've got 19 power, no hit points, 6 magic points, a magic spell. We have picked up Heal More, so Hawksness definitely in play now.
Well, absolutely it is, Bryce. We'll see what Jackimus has in mind. And you notice that some of the numbers have turned colors. On Jackimus' side, strength is 101, which means he has what it takes in that department to make a Sharlock dive. An orange
Wow.
But
green in the thought that you have Erdrick's sword.
Right.
And yes, having a weapon means something now, and neither has anything particularly great. Marashu's still punching away, and Stone Men are still like a coin flip with Hurt More. When you have enough magic, you can just go out there and brute force it. Let's see where Jack goes. I'm assuming Gurnham. But right now, he's probably just grabbing a beer, knowing Jack.
Only you would say something like that about Jack.
But everyone else was thinking it, Cards.
Yeah, you may be right there, but I'm starting to get the notion, Bryce, that Erdrick's sword might be in Sharlock.
It could be, and with this strength, a flame sword would work. But again, no real big gold grabbing ability that we've seen thus far. I don't know if they're going to go for it. And there's a fizzled Hurt More for Jack on a Star Wyvern.
That'll be cut on and miss, and we're going to have to get another attack on the Star Wyvern, and he's not going to take any chances. He's going to use another Hurt More, lands the shot, going to take it down and get the 105 points. Next level is at 4125. Meanwhile, Marashu going after this blue dragon here.
Now, there may have been a broadsword in Cantland. I don't recall seeing one anywhere else. And Jack grabs Erdrick's armor with a great count, just took his bearings across the river from Tanagil. Smart play there and was able to quickly get down there. Got there a little quicker than Marashu did on Marashu's count.
So we're taking a look at the chest. There's the death necklace. There's the cursed belt. And there is Erdrick's token. So that is where Erdrick's token was, for those of you who are just joining us.
And this will be Tablet Cave down here with the Stones of Sunlight. Will Jack dive to the bottom with the outside spell? I can't imagine he doesn't. By the way, these magic points are coming along, but they got to keep moving. We're only at 7 heal mores right now, and you would need a high strength level to get away with a Dragon Lord fight with only 7 heal mores.
Oh, most certainly.
So Jack gets a second story item. So now both want to find the harp. Jack's big advantage is that exploration. He knows where both trade caves are. I don't believe Marashu has seen either. And both of them in the same general area here, running into a Star Wyvern and a Spectre. The Spectre wanted no part of Jack.
Not at all, Bryce, but the Star Wyvern goes down for Marashu. Going to be 77 points away from the next level, and the Spectre, remember? No, that's not the enemy. It's not the Spectres. The Poltergeists have the DL2 breath, and so far that's the only enemy.
Just to clarify for chat, we do know what's in Hawksness. It is a stone man. It's right beside the Rainbow Drop Cave. So if it's the harp, you've got to get that there. You have to make the trade with that cave that's clear across this main continent, and then you got to walk all the way back. There's a lot of going across the world here for our players. Metal Slime shows up. Metal Slime leaves. And here's Hawksness. Jack now going to go after that stone man. Meanwhile, we have some swamp diving, or I always say that, grave diving from Marashu. I would say swamp for that. I don't know. Either way, what do we have? Well, we won't know until this Droon gets out of the way.
The wolf goes down on Jack's side. Here's what's behind the chests. There's a torch. There's gold. We haven't seen much of that. And nada.
Another metal slime. Will Marashu take it down? It does land one before it runs away. Jack is now working on this stone man. Probably drawing close. A couple more hits, you'd have to think. And yeah, copper sword doing 40 damage. Something wild there. And we have the sword. The stick. A big get here. Jackimus Wedge is now swinging a mean big stick. 141 attack power. And I believe that's a metal slime kill for Marashu for level 12.
Very nice indeed. That is absolutely amazing.
So now, where was this cave? Has Jack seen this cave yet? I don't believe so. Did he walk by this just not too long ago? There was a cave on the way. I wasn't sure if he'd been in it. Has he been in this cave?
I really don't know if he's been in this cave, but I will say this much. The stones are somewhere inside a treasure chest because we've already found all of the search spots.
The harp. We have the stones. They were in a chest too, though. Make no mistake. We're looking for the harp right now, and it's very important to our players to grab it as soon as possible and get the trading done.
Man, so many metal slimes on Marashu's side. That one decided to escape. Star Wyvern for Jack. Should be able to take it down, and he does. Takes him to 3801. He's 324 away from the next level.
So for those just joining us right now, Jack has the exploration lead and a small experience point lead. Both of our competitors generally on the same pathway. The biggest thing is Jack knows where Hawksness, the Rainbow Drop, and the Harp trade-in for the Staff of Rain are, and has already collected Erdrick's sword from Hawksness. However, if Marashu continues exploring along the passage he was on, we'll be able to find it. Magic key on the side path here, Cards.
Yep, so nothing special there, and gonna cast the Repel spell, and there's a Goldman sighting. Marashu wants no part of that Goldman. And now a Golem, uh-oh.
Hawks is way out on its own Hawksness, but honestly, with this attack power and those blue dragons sitting in the basement right below Tanagel, that's gotta be the play if you're gonna be grinding for experience. You can cut them up pretty quickly with this attack power.
Right you are, 74 to 98 hit points, and they give, this one's for you, 180!
Man, we timed that perfectly. It was so in sync, it was unreal.
Thuron Burgundy would be proud of that one.
Absolutely. So, magic key here for Jack as Marashu is drawing to the bottom of the grave. I finally got it right, and we'll see what happens here. So close, but Jack only a floor behind. We have in the bottom of the grave, it is a torch.
Well, so where could our silver heart possibly be?
Swamp Cave. Not Swamp Cave. God dang it.
There you go.
The Mountain Cave.
Yeah. It's behind some cave. We know that.
Everything's a swamp cave until it's not a swamp cave.
Right, absolutely. That is the perfect logic to go with, Priceoff.
So Jack drawing in on his beautiful, awesome, excellent, totally tubular and radical torch. And Marashu needs to get Repel on, get those dirty little slimes away.
Yeah, speaking of slimes, you're not running away, I'm running away.
That's the preferred outcome if you don't have Repel on. Meanwhile, a blue dragon fight here for Marashu. And I missed it, but Jack got level 13, and look at that strike.
Yeah, look at that attack power of 150. I mean, that is really good because you're dealing already 12 to 25 on the Dragon Lord.
If you average that out, you're looking at about a 7-turn fight. We're really not that far away. It's just about items at this point. This could be a level 14 seed.
Potentially, if we get enough HP, because you want to have at the bare minimum 97, but of course you want to have a little more in case DL2 does low 50s damage with their attack.
Keep in mind as well, though, that Jack is running strength agility. His hit points will lag behind. So if the hit points don't line up for him, he might require an extra level.
Whereas Marashu might not.
So there's interesting things afoot here. It's still down to exploration and who's going to find what they need and what order they find it in. Jack, maybe not the right order, but knows where a lot more stuff is at this point. Some great kills going on. All kinds of werewolves running around. I wasn't aware it was a Twilight convention here in Olive Garden today.
They must think they're in London, you know, the werewolves of London.
Well, Warren Zevon knows what he's talking about. Ow, dang, that went over like a lead balloon.
Right.
So, Marashu going by the Big C, Sharlock, where the Dragon Lord lives. No one can access the castle yet.
Not until they get that rainbow drop from the rainbow drip dude from the jerk cave.
I'll tell you this, Camion, I'd like to meet his tailor.
Yeah, for sure.
So, we have the mountain cave. Let's see how long it takes to find that harp. Top is a key. So the second floor has 4 chests. Basement 2. Let's see what Jack will do.
Money.
Some big bucks. 2 chests up here. Let's see. Does Jack find it? Gets an herb. Next, it's gold.
Oh, we gotta keep on searching, Bri. Level 13 acquired now for Marashu.
And I gotta say, Jack is rapidly closing in on level 14 here.
Yeah,
like less than 500 away at this point.
Indeed, 487 points to be exact, and he'll have level 14 behind this chest. There's the harp.
The last chest he can check. He's got the silver harp. Hey, a Magi Wyvern. Been a while since we've seen one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. One-shots him, and Marashu takes him down to get to 4378. He's looking at 5625 to get to that next level. So as it stands, once Jack goes back to the Jerk Cave and gets his rainbow drop, he's going to be in grind and go mode.
Well, he's got to get that harp turned into a Staff of Rain. Does he remember where that cave was? Because remember, it was way out in the back 40. It was way out there.
It certainly was, Bryce. And there goes the werewolf for Marashu.
If Jack gets any real decent attack power and some hit points on this level 14, 8 Healmores might be enough. He is looking, that attack power is wildly large. Marashu now going through that painful experience of how many dead ends am I going to run into? Because this map has some interesting rivers and oceans for you to deal with.
I tell you what, with so many dead ends on this overworld, you would think Henry Stell from The Seventh Guest created this overworld.
I'm not Captain America. I did not understand that reference.
It's a pretty old CD-ROM game that's one of those very first early FMV games.
Metal Slime here for Marashu. Now keep in mind, with Erdrick's sword, if Jack sees a Metal Slime, he can easily one-shot it.
Unfortunately, Marashu is not able to land any attacks on the Metal Slime, and still not able to land any attacks. Star Wyvern goes down, and there goes the Metal Slime.
And the Metal Slime, of course, it keeps showing for Marashu, but he's not the one carrying the weapon. Jack using Repel shouldn't see Metal Slimes anyway, so it's not going to be an issue. But if he knew of an area where they showed up, he conceivably could try to grind on them if he was feeling lucky.
2 and done for Marashu. Tough break there.
So with this kill, Jack is wildly close to level 14. Within spitting distance. You don't do that these days. That COVID transmission's a bad scene.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it looks like back to Balder.
They're trolling.
He's going to buy.
They're trolling.
I think he's going to be buying a large shield with his cash, or what is he doing?
He's having fun. He's on tour. I'm not sure what Jack is doing. It's RNG manipulation, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's got to be what it is. Yeah, you're absolutely right. What am I thinking, price off?
You could see 180 for the level here, cards.
Indeed, this 180 points from the Blue Dragon will definitely get him up to level 14, and down it goes. Let's take a look at the numbers here for Jackimus. Will they be good enough? We have got 9, 14,
Perfect.
5.
Perfect.
That's perfect. Yes.
I mean, if the magic points were 1 magic point more, it would be perfect, but this allows him to use repels, maybe a couple heals on the way down. Jack is probably happy as a clam with that and is ready to go on 14.
And he will buy that large shield here in Breckenary, and that will be very useful in terms of the defensive department.
However, I only had 81 defensive power, so I believe the Dragon Lord can swing for a maximum of 49 damage.
He does have 102 HP, so he would be able to survive 2 of those, you know, if worse came to worse. And an AK-47, we haven't seen many of these tonight.
I'm trying to recall if we'd seen more than just a few. Have we seen a red dragon yet, either?
No, and I'm going to call it right now. If we don't see any red dragons in Sharlock, it's going to be on the spike tile. I'm calling it now.
We'll have to wait and see. Either way, Jack is indeed in just get that harp turned into the staff, go get the rainbow drop, and it's time to get out of here.
Unfortunately, he's getting AK-47, and he's going to have to use a heal more and hope to escape an excellent move for 100 damage with no weapon on Marushu's side. That is just crazy.
That gives all new definition to One Punch Man.
All right. Jack has made it to the staff cave. He will turn in his harp. He'll get the Staff of Rain. Then he just needs to return to the Jerk Cave, get his rainbow drop, and he could be on his way to Sharlock and a possible victory.
Oh yeah, definitely in great shape at 14. You just need to get down there with those 8 heal mores for safety. But even with 7 heal mores, probably still in pretty solid shape depending on rolls. It'll all come down to how things play out, of course. But you want to have all 8 if it are, all 8 if at all possible. But 7 definitely doable for sure. So Jack is rapidly approaching the Jerk Cave to get his rainbow drop. Gonna raid the candy dish, and we'll be ready to head to Sharlock sooner than later. We'll just need to fill up somewhere. I'm not sure if there's a town near Sharlock, though.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing a town, you know, that close to Sharlock, so we'll see what happens as Jack returns to home to get a magic refill, I would assume.
Indeed, just gonna quickly get that and get ready to get out of town. Meanwhile, Marashu continue to explore, running out of resources pretty rapidly here, but approaching level 14, and is going to probably get the news that, uh-oh, I'm probably in trouble when you see that stat up.
Oh, definitely.
So for those wondering, is this a fast seed? This is fairly fast. We are just over an hour in, and we have one of our players going to dive into the final castle, looking to get to the Dragon Lord and take him down. Not a guarantee to win, but if all magic is maintained, 8 heal mores, Jack is an overwhelming favorite to get it done.
Absolutely, and he's going to go ahead and make the dive right now. It is possible he could get to level 15 along the way. That, of course, it's going to depend on what kind of enemies he runs across. But here we go. All eyes are on Jackimus. He's making the dive to Sharlock, and if it's a successful dive, he will move on to the next round in the bonus bracket.
I have to say, I don't think he's going to take any fights, honestly. It's not worth his time. And he's not going to be using repel because I don't think he's defense breaking any of the enemies. There's no real reason to waste magic on repels. He's got 2 heals and 6 herbs to use on the way down to heal between battles if he needs it.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'll tell you what, this really got off to a slow start. Remember the time when we had no spells at like level 6 or level 7? Well, there's the afterburners.
Level 7 was heal and hurt more, and it really opened things up. Jack struggling with the blue dragon there a bit, deciding not to use any of his resources here. Did use Radiant, so down to 69 magic points. And there's a red dragon, the first one of the seed, right up on basement 1.
So we didn't have to wait that long in Sherlock to find our first edition of the Fun Police, but luckily Jackimus was able to escape, but for all we know, uh-oh.
And he's not been healing, so we'll have to wait and see.
Haven't seen any spells yet from the red dragon. He's able to escape.
Shockingly low red dragon rolls there. 20s. Very low 20s at that.
And you're right on the edge with 81 defensive points, so...
Look at these stats over on Marashu's side. Really looking awesome as well. Just needs that sword. And does, of course, has that harp, but can't find the trading cave. Jack, meanwhile, I believe into the second set of enemies here. We've got a blue dragon. Gets away.
We've seen plenty of those here in Sherlock.
Continuing to rampage along. Now into the U, or the barracks, where a golem awaits. And sneak attacks. That's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing, but that, I guess, as I like to say, the game knows. And there's another golem he's able to escape. And wow, all of these encounters here. My goodness gracious. Oh, no.
This is a dangerous find, and it's a sneak attack to boot. Will Jack get away? Will he burn or hurt or heal more? Gets away. Huge run there.
Absolutely. He'll go ahead and use an herb to recover some of his points. Now, of course, because he has Erdrick's armor, he'll be able to do a heal walk, 1 HP per step.
He's being a little rambunctious, one would say. Trying to save all his herbs. I'm shocked he's not used that heal spell that's available to him at no cost to his heal mords. And he's going to the herbs. He only doesn't even have a full boat coming in unless he used somewhere.
Before he can get to the stairs, but he's able to escape from that AK-47. And Marshu has found the staff cave, but it may be too little, too late, Brysolf.
He still needs to get himself a weapon. Still no weapon at 67 minutes in. Hasn't seen Hawksness, but needs to. We'll find it looking for the Rainbow Drop Cave. But Jack might finish the entire seed off before that. Fails to run from a golem. Oh my goodness.
That is absolutely heinous. That's twice that the golem has gotten the better of Jackimus, and another golem, and this time we're going to have...
Here it comes. I was thinking as soon as I saw this, he's going Fairy Flute. Right call. Just lock it down. It takes 8 seconds, but you don't want to risk one of your heal mores this close. Look at the damage roll there. 53. That 33 is disgusting. Now he's just going to damage race him. 56 gets it done.
And now, going to use an herb. And now he's going to have no more herbs, so he's going to be hoping for the stop spell.
He's got 1 heal available. 1 heal spell. And he still has 7 heal more. So he can do 1 heal if he wants to try to min-max it. Let's see what he's going to do. First swing is 55. What a swing. Oh, boy.
Just going to go right ahead and attack it down in 2 shots. Let's see if Jackimus can get first strike on DL2. He does.
A huge get for Jack, and he is a redonkulous favorite at this point. He attacks. He could die here, I believe.
Oh, he does!
A perfect bid! A perfect bid!
And that means
down with a maximum. Can you believe it, Cards?
Unbelievable! And the Dragon Lord 2 just picked up a bonus of 500 golds.
Something like 2% chance, I think. Like, that is insane. And this race is now opened up a little bit. The door was slamming shut, and all of a sudden, bonk, it's wide open again.
Wow, it is not over yet, but Marshu still has to find the Jerk Cave plus Hawksness. It's still a favorite for Jackimus, but yeah, this made the race that much more exciting, Brysolf.
I have to say, if nobody clips that and throws it up on the Discord, you just don't love the randomization of a randomizer. What was that?
I guess you could say that Jackimus pressed his luck on 49 and he hit a whammy.
Oh, poor Jack. He definitely struck out there. He was Casey at the bat. That was unfortunate.
It really is indeed. But taking a look now at Marashu, he's currently at level 14. He's 1,024 points away from level 15, but again, still no jerk cave for him.
And he will get the sword at the same time, but the longer this goes, the better it is for Jack on a second dive. Now, keep in mind, Jack did run into a lot of red dragons and armored knights on that dive. There's no guarantee he makes it back down there as cleanly as he did last time.
Of course, there's always the chance he could have a cleaner dive than he did the first time around. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There is definitely no guarantee. So, second dive of Sharlock now for Jackimus. We'll see if it goes better for him.
Starts with the blue dragon, and he gets blocked. That's not what you want to see.
And he gets blocked the second time, Brysolf. And he does escape on the third attempt.
Wizards have heal. Wow, good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, you're still going down, but good for you.
Blue Dragon here as Marashu continues to close in on 7,500 experience. Jack down to basement 1 in Sharlock, using Radiant again. No torches, I guess. And hey, that Blue Dragon probably going down this turn. Oh, definitely. And you know how much experience that is?
180!
You ever notice how disappointed the guy is when someone gets a bad score? He's like, 67.
Right. By the way, while we were talking about the unfortunate dive that Jackimus had, Marashu finally purchased a weapon. He's got a hand axe.
Indeed. So, with that, the attack power is 125. If it was a broadsword, it'd be interesting, but it probably would still be a little too low. Flame sword or bust at this current magic point total.
Certainly. I mean, he definitely could do flame sword. There's that red dragon picking on Jackimus, taking away 39 points. Does escape on the second attempt.
Well, Nest Cardinality shocked by all the 180s, but keep in mind, those are finely tuned athletes. Or they spent a lot of time practicing their dart throwing. One or the other. If you've never watched darts, I assure you they are not in shape. So, with that said, Jack continuing his dive, running into a blue dragon here, and again failing to run. Marashu desperately seeking out the Rainbow Drop Cave, which will also bring Hawksness where Erdrick's sword resides.
And another blue dragon sighting for Jackimus. He's able to escape. Now a Star Wyvern, but he cannot escape. Gonna lose 19 points.
Oh, Jack must be just tearing out what little hair he's got. My goodness. Generally has a short haircut. Not going bald as far as I know. Don't put words in my mouth, cards. Star Wyvern continuing the attack here with a sneak attack.
This is absolutely intolerable, Brysolf.
Down to 4 herbs. Still has a heal available as well. So, still in good shape. But remember, this is where the Red Dragons and Armor Knights really picked up their attack. And speak of the devil.
And it's a sneak attack to boot. Does escape, however, and he gets... Wow! Look at these encounters on the penultimate floor!
I mean, a floor that big, you're going to run into a bunch of enemies. Or not. Oh, Jack's in real trouble, though. Has to burn a heal more. This is going to be interesting. It's definitely still within reach. That takes
he gets another... That's 4 encounters on that small straightaway, Brysolf. How unlucky can you get?
That is some, as they would say, beta strep luck, I suppose. But regardless, look at this hero walk now through the final floor. Paid his dues, and now he's going along.
Marsha's gonna have to hurry up and find that jerk cape, and fast. Unless, of course, again, well, here comes that armored knight.
Oh, the Armored Knights are out and about. Hopefully for Jack, they're not going to find him in a vulnerable position. Closing in on the Golem at the spike spot once more. Will we see the Fairy Flute once again? I would assume so. Nope, he's going straight damage here.
115 to 153 points. That's 76.
Woof. Not great rolls there. A third.
And they have heal.
That's not a big deal. If it was heal more, it'd be a problem. Heal's nothing.
Right. And look at this. Marshu has finally found the Jerk Cave and Hawk's Nest. But once again, it may be too little, too late. We'll see if Jackimus can take him down on the second attempt, provided he doesn't get ambushed to death.
We'll also have to see if Jack decides to swing on 49 this time.
Yeah, he may be thinking twice. Oh, but Marshu is in trouble here. This blue dragon is blocking his path to those two landmarks. All right, 51 and no stop spell. The Dragon Lord is showing.
No, Jack's not going to try to min-max it after using a heal more. He's going straight for it. Let's see what happens.
And let's take a look. And does not get the first strike.
He's going to have to burn another heal more. He's in trouble now, but it depends on the rules. He could still pull this out. He's in trouble now.
And it's only 14. Not a great start.
We might see him take a risky swing here somewhere along the way. We'll have to wait and see.
Another 14.
14 again.
Not looking good for Jackimus, and this is still anybody's game. Another attack
Absolutely.
coming up.
Another 14.
That is near the minimum.
These rolls are what the French would call l'atrocious. Oh my goodness.
I tell you,
there's a better one finally.
62, but he may have to throw the Hail Mary, as we say.
I'm not even sure even the way it's going, a hurt more Hail Mary's going to do enough.
81 now with that 81. 19. Comes another attack. 24. Ooh. That's a big one. 105, so he still has a chance.
43 risk. Will it get him killed? It does. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He had to take a chance. He felt like he was behind, but I think he still could have. I think he still could have won.
Wow, a 43 is a bit of a risk because if he breathes, you need a 42. He attacks, he can still kill you. A 43 versus like a 47, something like that. Jack's a gambler, but oh, this is now a foot race, and we have an extra level on Marashu's side. And an extra heal more to play with.
And a little bit more attack power. He can do 13 to 27 on the Dragon Lord.
This is going to be close. Marashu, you'd say a slight favorite, but the one saving grace maybe for Jackimus Wedge is the extra 4 agility, giving a couple extra defense for the dive. It's not going to change the Dragon Lord math. Maybe that's enough for him to make up the ground. We'll have to wait and see. Marashu's still taking fights. Very interesting.
Yeah, he's still way far away from level 16. You gotta get to 9750 in order to make it to level 16. But yeah, it's gonna be Marashu gonna be the first one back into Sharlock. And this is gonna be a photo finish potentially set up right here. We'll see what happens, and I'll tell you what, if Marashu does win, everybody will say it with me, that Sharlock will be the great equalizer.
Well, you know, you gotta say, the Dragon Lord rolling a 49 when Jack had 49, opened that door back up, and Marashu jammed the foot in there just desperately, and Jack's been unable to dislodge it thus far.
And this blue dragon is playing with Jackimus, and not in the good kind of way either. He can't run away, and finally does. And here he comes into Sharlock. This is anybody's match.
I will say this. If it is going to be a hack and dive from Marashu, and Jack's able to get down there without dealing with something, oh, that defense power being so low, a hack and dive is going to be tough. As you can see, Jack is now back in the lead.
Well, he was back in the lead until the blue dragon had something to say about that. Oh man, bad encounter luck continues. Marashu back in the lead here. He's going to make it to the next floor of Sharlock first.
Basement 1, Marashu gets there first. We're going to get a dark walk from Marashu. Does Jack try to save some magic here? A red dragon! I don't think Jack saw one on the second dive, did he?
Not on the second dive, but he is going to go ahead and try to take it down. It's 88 points now. This next attack is going to do it. So that's another 255 experience points.
For those at home watching this, the attack range for Jackimus Wedge on Dragon Lord 2 will be 12 to 25. Marashu, meanwhile, is looking at, what are we looking at?
13 to 27.
Yeah. And the fighter's ring is somewhere in Sherlock. No one's gone looking yet. It would increase their maximum to get it. I don't think either one's going to make the play, but
not worth the while.
You never know.
Look at this wizard being very mean to Jack.
Well, he is the Grand Wizard of the KKK, judging by that robe.
Uh-oh, a red dragon, and again, going to attack rather than try to run away. This could be the opening for Jackimus.
And this is, two hit points left. This gets the kill, though. Now Jack gets a red. Jack gets a red. Can he get away a double block? Oh, boy.
He's going for the triple, but this time does escape. Blue dragon now. This is a crazy finish here between these two. You know, we were thinking sub 70. We may be lucky to see sub 90 at this point, considering the bad luck we've seen.
Jack gets blocked and he's still alive! He's still alive! He gets away! Unbelievably low roll! I thought he was done, but he's back, bleeding all over the floor, Cards fan. Unreal.
This is absolutely nuts, Brysolf. Sherlock being the great equalizer to Jackimus for sure, but Marshall not having a particularly great dive himself.
Oh, another red dragon. Jack, first turn run. Now an Axe Knight. Watch him block him. No, he got away again.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Here's a blue dragon. No block.
I gotta say, Cards fan, calling all the Smash TV races, I'm not sure if this RNG is any wilder, crazier, but it's definitely not lower than what we were used to watching.
Yeah, I mean, there is no Mutoid Man to decide a race, but golly, this feels like a Mutoid Man fight, doesn't it?
It is a slugfest. Back and forth they go, running through the barracks, through the U floor, trying to get down. Unbelievable.
Oh, and again, how many times have we seen a golem ambush Jackimus in Sherlock?
Jack to the final floor here. Marashu definitely trailing on this hack and dive. Will Jack make it to the Dragon Lord for a third time? He must be watching on SRL going, how come he's not done yet? How come he's not done yet? I can't believe that he's not done yet.
Boy, this is going to be a race for the ages. They're both now in the bottom floor. Dragon Lord awaits them both. It's still right now an advantage for Jackimus, but there's an ambush by a Star Wyvern. Going to cost and a block.
Unbelievable. I wonder if Marashu, at this point, would just keep pushing for the level. It's really close.
No. I mean,
an Armor Knight. And a getaway! Unbelievable! They're within mere tiles of each other!
Look at all the encounters Jackimus is getting, and he gets blocked by a Star Wyvern!
Jack gets a werewolf encounter just short of the spike spot, and this is craziness. A fairy flute hit here from Marashu. Jack is just plowing it in. And a heal, that shouldn't be terrible. If he rolls big, this should be a kill, and it is.
Yes! All right, so once again, Jackimus has the edge, but he's got to win it on this one because you got to believe Marshall's going to get it on the first try.
I got to think so. Based with that extra heal more, it would be rather difficult to lose this one. One would have to think.
All right. He's 1 point short of 9. He has 8 heal mores and going to go for the attack with 31.
Ooh, a low opener of 31. He's going to need a massive roll to get it done in 2 turns. That's big, but not big enough. Oh, and he's pushing all out here. And he is on for Dragon Lord 2. Will he avoid the sneak attack this time?
He does not get the first strike again. And he's got to use a heal more. He's in trouble yet again.
No, he's not in as much trouble as last time. But it's going to be tight. Oh, what a roll, though. What a roll.
but look at this. Marashu is on the fight.
I have Marashu. You've got Jack.
46.
Opening stop spell for Marashu.
Look at that luck. Next attack, 15 to 61.
A stop spell.
What the heck? That is crazy.
Marashu's really, really trying to fine-tune things. I don't know why with these 9 heal mores.
Here comes
on to Dragon Lord 2, Marashu.
Next attack from Jackimus, 19104.
17 opener and can get a double. 35 now for Marashu.
Next attack from Jackimus, 125. He's in good shape.
The next attack from Marashu, it's a 24, 59.
Next attack worth 21, 146. This next attack could do it for Jackimus. Oh, it's going to be so close.
14. Oh my, I think that's 73.
13. It's enough. Jackimus is going to hold on by the skin of his teeth, Brysolf.
A 19 for Marashu to 92. But indeed, Jackimus Wedge, get your GGs out for him. He is probably going to be relieved he pulls this. A 25 from Marashu. It is going to be so close, this finish.
It's going to be less than a minute. But get your GGs out for Jackimus. He is going to advance to the next round. The third time is indeed the charm, and he had just enough of a buffer to survive. Oh. What could have been for Marashu.
125. Look at this. 3 heal mores left in reserve for Marashu. And a little blitz comic. Wow. Sabin suplexing a train. Unreal. He channeled the power of the bum rush. And he's moving on to the next round in the bonus bracket.
This is the closest race I have called so far, Brysolf. We're talking roughly half a minute. We'll get the official SRL time on Marashu in just a moment. But for Jackimus, 125.52, and by mere seconds survives in the tournament. Wow.
Unreal stuff here, boys and girls. What looked like a lopsided laugher turned into a tense, nail-biting affair with both of them fighting the Dragon Lord at the same time.
There's the official time of 126.29 for Marashu, a difference of just 37 seconds. Wow.
I'm glad I didn't have to work on Wednesday. I volunteered for this one, seeing that it was Cards Fan on the call and Jackimus Wedge in the race, and I was not disappointed to be here for this one.
We do have Marashu here in the commentator's booth. Man, what a close race between you and Jackimus, the difference being all of 37 seconds. You were trailing mighty heavily going into Jackimus's first Sharlock dive, but he had very bad luck twice on DL2 to put you back into the race, but it just wasn't enough. The exploration proved to be the difference in your case.
Oh, yikes. Wow. Yeah, I had a hard time finding that jerk cave.
Oh, well, that's one thing that Jack did. Pushing out early really helped him. He found the trade stuff, found Hawksness, and once he was able to get enough stuff put together with Healmore, he was able to get the stuff so early. But oh my goodness, the door was slamming shut, Marashu, and a unbelievable maximum attack of 49 killed Jack on his first Dragon Lord fight. And then it was scary, scary stuff from PEI, that is for sure.
And we do have
really
Jackimus,
for me.
Jackimus in the commentator's booth with us. You survived, and what is that phrase you're always saying in Super Smash TV, Brysolf? Survive and advance?
Like the the NC State Wolfpack, survive and advance. That's all you can do, and Jackimus Wedge will survive and advance.
Yeah, that was a barn burner, to say the least. You had quite a big lead on Marashu going into Sharlock, and then you got the very unfortunate 49 roll against you from the Dragon Lord's attack, sending you back to start. And then the second dive, You still had a chance to get it done. You took a shot on 43, and unfortunately, that didn't work out. And then it just became a photo finish in Sharlock, and you were both struggling on encounter luck.
Yeah, that first time, all I could do was just laugh because the odds of me getting killed with 49 hit points are really, really low. So that was funny.
It's something like 1% or 2. It's stupidly low.
It's monstrously low. I knew there was a chance I could die because I checked my stats beforehand. I knew he was swinging 25 to 49 on me, but I'm thinking like, it's the start of the fight. What are the odds of him, hitting me? And then the physical goes off, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll be fine. Then I see the damage, and I just burst out laughing, plain and simple.
Well, congratulations on that. Even with that bad luck, it sounds like you had a good run all in all.
I could see the start of this one being very brutal. I restarted everything 5 minutes in when I found a town to pick up some gear, and that probably put me way ahead in terms of getting them early levels, maybe.
It got you about a level ahead, but once that 24 strength level came, the Copper Sword became far less useful. But having to wait to level 7 for your first spells, it must have been a huge relief to see that care package, that beautiful heal and hurt more, landing there together.
Absolutely, that's what allowed you to really kind of break out of the starting area and start to explore. But them huge strength gains were nice. The levels at least came fast and hard once you could establish yourself.
Yeah, that was pretty great. As I was grinding up some of those early levels, I was trying to save up for the Copper Sword and Leather Armor combo, and every time I was just a little bit shy, I got sent back to start, and I really should have just gone and got one and then gone and got the other.
Oh, it happens. Yeah, the world map was a little weird on this one, too. I consider myself lucky I found some of the places I did as early as I did. But man, that ending was that was something else. It's one of those cases where, like, you feel like you should have been done maybe close to 20 minutes earlier, but whatever. I'm not going to complain. I get to play next week.
Jackimus, you want to hear something kind of funny? You had 3 fights against DL1, and he used nothing but hurt mores against you. The one fight that Marshu had against DL1, nothing but stop spells. What do you think about that?
RNG is a fickle mistress.
Yeah. A lot of metal slimes too in the seed.
Yeah, a bunch of metal slimes, but there were a bunch of those. Not many conversions, although there was one part in the race where you had simultaneous metal slime kills. That was pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
That was pretty awesome. You guys plinked them both down. It was awesome. And the other crazy thing was that when Jack hit the point where metal slimes could be killed with Erdrick's sword, we had Marashu running around without repel on and kept running into metal slimes that only had a hand axe, so the attack power was 125. Wasn't enough even for guaranteed damage. And they just kept trolling and trolling and trolling. Hey, how you doing? Okay, bye. Hey, you hit me once. Cool. Nice to see you. It was really not nice.
Yeah, and go figure, they stopped showing up because I'm using repel when I spent, I think, more than the last half hour of that race with over 150 attack. The strength was insane on this one.
Yeah, the early metal slimes are why I wasn't using repel for a large part of that. I figured there's probably a metal slime here. I might be able to get lucky and just shoot up some experience.
Did you also finish at 14, Marashu?
I think I was 15.
Marashu did go up to 15, just exploring, basically, trying to find Hawksness and the Rainbow Drop Cave, last things to be located. Marashu went the vast majority of the sea without a weapon.
That's never fun. But I guess whenever you have, like Super Saiyan arms, you can get away with it to an extent.
Yeah, between the arms and the hurt more, like by the time I was ready to buy a weapon, I was like, oh, that's obsolete now. Neat.
I also have to say that Marashu did do a hack and dive for the one dive through Sherlock, and the lead kept switching on the way down. There was at least 5 lead changes on the way down. It was
That's
wild.
nuts.
It was crazy. And the chat was losing their minds.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, you did get stopped by a golem before the spike tile there, Marshu. If that doesn't happen, it could have been even tighter.
Or if you just decide to try to run without using the fairy flute. Because Jack did use the fairy flute on the first spike tile battle, but stopped after that. I believe Marashu just did the one fairy flute just short of the spike tile.
Yeah, I was really worried about having enough MP for heal mores, so I just decided to try saving every resource I could.
You could get away with spending a heal more on the way down, but like the one time I did that, I got back attacked, so that effectively cost me 2, and I lost that fight pretty handily. And then the first one, as mentioned, was the 49 swing on 49 HP.
Well, I'm just glad it came to be a really exciting end.
Yeah, it was good playing.
Absolutely. It's never over until it's over. And where we like to call Sherlock the great equalizer, and it nearly did you in, Jackimus, but you prevailed. You're moving on to the next round.
Congratulations. Good luck with your coming rounds.
Cool, thanks. Let's go, Bruins!
Yeah, like off the ice and out the door, maybe.
All right, with that, that is going to wrap things up here on Randomania 2. There is a race in progress right now on Speed Gaming.
Actually,
go ahead.
We are going to be heading to RPG Limit Break, I am told. For a late in progress battle. They're about 100 minutes in. Why is it taking them so long to finish the race? They always finish quick.
Gee, I guess we're going to dive in there and find out. But that race you're talking about is between Archfield Monk and Centroid 41, where Smashy and High Spirits are on the call for that race. There's also a race going on Speed Gaming, J Cobra versus Q God HS. So a couple good choices right now, and of course we have a few races tomorrow, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. Sparkover versus Alijabrab, and I do apologize if I butcher any names. Then we have at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Ursign Deshur versus Niemek. And finally, at 10 p.m. Eastern, Braxis Muse versus One Fine Day. So why don't you go ahead and wrap it up for us, Brysolf.
I gotta say, that was a heck of a match. I'm looking forward to what's to come in this tournament. So many matches, but y'all should get over there right as rain. Centroid 41, Archfield Monk. Who's gonna take it? See y'all later.